my name is Yegwen and I'll be your pilot for today. Today we will look into three major things one may be wondering about when trying out a new game and trying it out professionally. 1. What hotkeys should I use? Very rarely we get a game where the hotkeys are set up just the exact way. We'll be using them later. 2. Okay, how should I configure the game to play optimally? And then the third thing you sometimes wonder about, how can I tweak the game to make it even a better experience? So I will show all of the three things to you, and I just wanted to say welcome to my new channel, and I just wanted to say welcome to this beginner guide to Dota 2. So let's get started. Let me show you what I have. I wanted to share some of the things about hotkeys before we get into the exact configuration. First of all, I don't use the edge scroll. I'm an ex-StarCraft 2 player, and I am very much used to playing the game and using the mouse as optimally as I can possibly imagine and wish for, and thus I have disabled the edge scrolling. I know many professional players do scroll through the edges, but I found out that it's even faster. You can play the game even faster and better if you scroll the camera using WSAD. And that may be slightly controversial, so it's only my proposition of how you can improve your gameplay, but here we are. And you know, when I want to run, when I want to check something happening around myself, I just scroll the camera using WSAD, and if I want to quickly jump to a position on the camera, I click on the minimap, and which is one of the other habits I have picked up during playing StarCraft 2. Okay, so using WSAD for scrolling your camera really breaks the default hotkey layout. So we will need to work out what can we do to improve our gameplay, and where should we move our abilities, how should we use our items. All of the questions, find the answer to in this configuration screen. So first of all, the abilities very simply I have put them 1, 2, 3 up to 5, which is barely used, and well, not many heroes have 5 abilities or 6 abilities, and the ultimate ability very classically put to R, and that is just right, really. You can use all of them very comfortably during the gameplay, so there is no need to have them on Q, W, E, R, and for the buttons you don't need to use that. So okay, this covers abilities. Oh, and very fancy trick, you can use tilde, which is just next to your number 1 on the keyboard on the left, to use for ability learn. So let me show you how that works. I just press tilde and then press, I don't know, I press I'm alone do it, so I press 1, and without clicking on the screen anywhere, I have just learned a spell of summoning a bear. That's good. Okay, now the next configuration screen we'll be going through is the player screen, and here, as I said, you can set your camera forward, backward, left and right on WSAD keys. None of the other spells, well, none of the other things need changing. They are set up just right. And the next step will be, of course, the items. Items normally I think they are on the numeric keyboard, which is. Have you ever tried to use an item pressing a numeric keyboard button on your keyboard? That just doesn't work. I don't know who thought about that, but it's rubbish. So what I have done, and many players do really, is to set the items on Z, X, C, V, B, and N. So that leaves you. So if you have an item, and I will get back to my base. If you have an item that you want to use from here, you don't need to be clicking it. If you want to use a heal potion that you have on C, you'll just double click C, and that will use the healing salve just on you. The same goes for well, the tango, you need to click a tree, but you don't need to go, you don't need to make this movement with your mouse to press an item, then press a target, because it can become very confusing during some little skirmishes on the map, so it's much better to have it set up. So as you can see, I have my healing salve on Z, and I just double press Z to use the healing salve, and that's it. No need to move around your mouse. So just let me buy another salve. So as you can see, Z, X, C, V, B and N are the are the hotkeys for your items. So to sum up, I have my abilities from 1 up to 5 and R, and then I have my items from Z to N. You barely use the N. I don't really use it, but I've put it just in case. Most of the cases I have a town portal or a blink dagger on B. The salves, or later replaced by the boots, are on Z. You can put the other items here. You know, the most important thing when thinking about hotkeys is how practical will they be. So I always want the same items to be in the same spot. I always want my boots to be on Z, because no matter what sort of boots I have, I know I will be able to use the boots pressing Z, and that's very comfortable for me. Okay, moving forward, that's not all. That's not all, I believe, because if you change your camera to WSAD, what you really lose is the ability of attack move, which is very important, because this is the way you deny the creeps of your enemy. So what I have done is attack move I've put under Q, and stop action I've put under E. And you need both of that hotkeys really, because one helps you last hit the mobs of your opponent, and the other one helps you to deny the creeps. So you need both of that, and it may take you a week or two, well, maybe not a week, a couple of days at the most, to get used to the new hotkeys, but then they really come in handy. Now the other thing I've done is I have put two very useful buttons, and they are respectively space, where is that, unit actions, yeah, space and T. So I've put space to select my hero, and then I've put T for selecting the courier, and that helps a lot. So let's say I'm in the middle of the game. I was just in my base buying some stuff, and then I see that my hero is fighting, so I quickly double tap space and hold it to stack into my hero, and I can move around. It's very helpful. It can help you if you have been playing League of Legends before, because some players have been using that sort of the camera movement, so to stick with your character. Now that's space. Besides that, I have T. So if I am in the middle of a skirmish, I don't know, I'm trying to last hit, I'm trying to fend off an opponent, I can very quickly open a shop. Oh, I want boots. I just opened a shop, I've bought boots. Now I press T, 4 and 5, and the courier is on the way to deliver the items to me, and this can happen very quickly. You can always move the courier around. You have it always under the T button. Very helpful. Now let me explain to you. I will explain this in very great detail later on in a next tournament. Next tutorial. But let me explain what the buttons Q and E are for. So when E is concerned, you use the stop command to keep stopping your character from attacking, and you just wait until the moment where the mob is on the last part of its health. Now you use the Q button to deny the creeps, your own creeps, before they die. So you deny a little bit of experience and a lot of gold to your enemy. So I will use that just now. This will be perfect. See, I'm attacking my own mob. So this is what Q and E are for. Now, a very good thing about this hotkey layout is that you have most of your keys very near to each other, and it's very convenient for your fingers to move around the keyboard. That's just that's one of my I'm not sure how you say that in English, but I don't know really. I'll check that in a dictionary later. Okay, so this is how I have my hotkey set up. I don't think there is nothing extraordinary left. I've set up the developer console for F8, which just doesn't get into the way of anything. I have the shop on F1, but that's not really necessary. The basic setup you need is camera movement with WSAD, Q to attack your own mob, E to stop your movement, 1 to 5 for abilities, and R of course, plus space and T, and Z through to N for items. Okay? Having said that, setuping your hotkeys isn't the only setup you need to do in the game. So let's look on the other type of setup you may want to do. So first off, I strongly suggest you turn off your auto attack. This is a mistake made by most of the starting players, also made by me when I was starting with MOBA games. Auto attacking doesn't help you. If you auto attack, you just push the lane you are on, and if you push the lane, you won't destroy a turret. You will just get closer to a tower. You will just get closer to a tower. I'm saying turret because of sarcasm. So if you move your creep wave closer to the tower of the opponent, it doesn't really help you. It makes the game safer for them, and it makes the game more dangerous to you. So you just don't do it. You try to only last hit your own mobs, deny them, and you only want to last hit the enemy's mobs. And that way you will earn gold, you will earn experience, but you will not keep pushing the lane. So auto attack is one of the first things we want to turn off. Then auto purchase items off, auto select summoned units. That's very useful when you are a character like Darkseer, which can summon things, or like Broodmother, which has additional units. You just auto select the summoned units, and you don't need to do any sort of selecting on the screen. Then double tap ability to self cast, also very useful, so turn this on. Unified unit orders, that's okay, you can keep that. Interface. Now, two important things, and these are settings I'm still trying to fine-tune, but camera acceleration and camera speed, these are the settings I've stuck with. So I want this smooth sort of movement from my camera, right? When I do WSAD, I don't want the camera to pan too hard, and I want to give it a smooth stop when the movement finishes, and thus I can easily find my way around the battlefield. You can always fine-tune this to your own needs. You don't need to have the exact same settings as I do, just a suggestion. So shop always uses hotkeys, not important. Edge pan, I turn this off to stop myself from panning the camera using the edge screen, but this is again something that you can keep up to your preference. Names icons always in minimap off. You want to have basic icons. Hold Alt to highlight hero. Holding Alt also shows icons on the minimap if you want some quick spotting about who is where. Show HP bar number, that's useful. That will display the number only above your character, but there's a little trick I will show you later to display how much health do the other characters have. Screen shake, that's fancy. You can turn it off if you mind that. Show player names off. It really gets in the way. So when you're in the middle of the battle, you don't want your screen clamped with the names. You just want the health bars. You just want to see, oh, that guy is easy to kill, I will snipe him. You may want to say, oh, that guy has a ton of health, I will not bother attacking him. So this is why I have turned off the names. Minimap simple colors, that's on. That will make your team the same color, all of the players from your team the same color, and all of the players of the enemy team of the same colors. The same goes for creeps and towers. Minimap hide background, now you don't want to turn that off. Move camera on respawn, that's useful, just showing you, oh hey, you have been watching this very fancy battle, but now you're on your feet again, so get moving, get your ass moving. Okay, the next setting, video. It all depends on the advanced tab. It all depends on your hardware. I won't get into this at all. But what you want to turn off here is WSync. You don't want to have WSync. This limits the amount of frames per second you get, so the game experience is just not so good. And then we move on to the audio. And this again depends on what you want. I have disabled my open mic because we are always on TeamSpeak, so I don't need any sort of in-game talking system. Master volume, I have it turned low because I'm casting games, so I want to have the voice of my co-caster as high as possible instead of the game volume overshadowing what they say. Besides that, it's all that you can find here, but you need to remember that Dota also has a console, and the console comes very handy, but you need to enable it. So let me show you how to do that. First of all, let me just get my Steam up, and I will show you how to configure the console. So okay, here we go. Right, here's your Steam window. So if you want to have the console embedded in your game, if you want the console to start and all of the fun features that the console brings, then what you need to do is to click the game Dota 2 with your right button, and then with properties you go to set launch options and you type in -console, exactly as I have it right now on the screen. Now you may ask, okay, but why would I bother? What does it give me? So don't worry about the things that are shown on my screen right now. I will explain it all. What we have on the left is the autoconfig file. Autoexec file. What this does, it adds a couple of very useful features, and I will finish the game I'm currently in. I will start a game with a caster, so I can show to you, and it will be easier for you to understand what I am talking about. So what this specific autoexec file is below this video, this YouTube video, so you can just copy it. You can open a notepad or Notepad++, exactly the same one that I have, save it as autoexec.cfg, that's config, and then you will need to put it in your Steam folder, and it should start every time you launch the game. So that adds a lot of convenience. Let me just try and demonstrate that. So I think the three major things that I've done here is, one, changing the colors. I'm not quite sure what are the default colors of your teams, but I have my own setup to green, so my team is always green on the minimap, while the enemies are always red, and this removes any confusion you can have on the battlefield or when watching your minimap. The second thing I have is rangefinder, which is a very useful feature. It will be very helpful to League of Legends players, and it is just a useful piece of a trick that you can use in the game. So what I'm showing you here, this is the range of my Dragon Slave. This is the range I can use the spell on, and it's displayed in a circle. Now, okay, so I want to cast the spell. The question is, how close to the opponent do I need to get? And this green line shows you exactly the range of the spell you want to cast. If it's light green, then you can cast the spell right away. If it's dark green, then it's in fact a part of two lines. One is dark red and the second one is dark green. What this means is I need to move the red amount of of movement distance, and then I will be able to cast the spell. So let's see that in practice. See, my character moves exactly to the edge of where the red has been and casts the spell. So this is very helpful when you try to calculate the distance between you and your opponent to see, oh, can I cast the spell? Will it work? Will I reach him? And etc. etc. So it's a very useful trick I've picked up, I think, on Dota 2 wiki. So all credit goes to them. The same goes for the contents of the config file. I have not created them myself. They are right now they are created, you know, for my expectations and for my comfort, but I have got all of the commands from a Dota 2 wiki page. Okay, so first of all, this is the command Dota 2 disable rangefinder. So if you put that to 0, you get the rangefinder. Dota HUD health bars, I've put that for free. which means there are dividing blocks, and the Dota health per vertical marker is 250. If we look in the game, that means my character right now has a health bar created from 2 blocks, which means she has nearly 500 health right now. If I level up, this will become denser and denser and denser, and this is the way I will know, okay, I have this much health, that guy has a lot of health, I don't want to nuke him because it won't do, it won't even scratch him, so I want to keep it to myself. I want to keep my nuke and hit that guy, because even though he has a full health, he has a very low health number, because it's a, let's say it's a morphling that has been very heavy on agility. So anyway, that helps you indicate how much health does the opponent have. Having the separator exactly on 250 helps you to indicate when it hits 1000, and after 4 blocks you get this this big black marker saying, okay, here's 1000, here's another 1000, and it's very helpful on all stages of the game. Okay, the next one I use is engine no focus sleep, which means if you alt tab out of the game, that the FPSs won't drop, because the game will be still important to your CPU and GPU. Okay, I think, yeah, one other thing I have is bind left, right, down and up arrow to say missing top, missing bottom and missing middle. I have bound F2 to run the autoexec file in case it just didn't load, and this makes sure that the file has loaded. So when I press F2 in the game, it says autoexec script loaded, which is embedded in that script I have just shown you. So you don't need to understand all of the contents, you just want to paste it in your autoexec CFG, then you'll navigate. I will show you where. One of the other important things I have here is Dota minimap hero size. Normally I think it's around 600. Yeah, it's exactly 600. So 600 for me was a little bit small, so I couldn't see the enemies on the minimap. If I you know, let me put that back to 600 and you see the effect yourself. That's 600. Save, and I run the autoexec. See how my icon, my own icon, how it just got smaller. Now if I put it back to 750, that for me is just optimal to notice all of the characters at the minimap, because the icons are just bigger. And the same goes when you press Alt and it shows the icon of your hero. So a very useful trick. Now you'll ask me, okay, so what do I need to do? What do I need to do to put this into my game? You copy these contents, which are located below the movie in the comment, in the description field, and you make an autoexec CFG file. Now you navigate to your Steam directory, you open Steam, then you go to steamapps right over here, then you go to common, you open Dota 2 beta, then you go to Dota folder, and there's a CFG folder there, and as you can see, mine has only 3 files. One of them is autoexec CFG, and that's it. If you put it here and then during a game you press F2, that will load. You'll have the settings saved in most of the cases, unless a patch messes something up, but that's really all that you require. So anyway, I hope the tips have been helpful for you. It's only some basic tricks for you guys trying to start Dota, trying to see, oh, how should I play it, what's the most effective way. Not all of this is mandatory, some of this is only my own personal preference, my own personal proposition for you to start playing. So I hope you found it helpful. I hope you like this channel. There will be more tutorials incoming covering various basic things of Dota 2. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. See you later, guys.